In this video, I'm going to show you how to insert a file printout into OneNote and then write, highlight, and add notes on top of it. This is a super useful workflow if you want to annotate PDFs, mark up lecture notes, review documents, or turn a file into a page you can actually interact with inside OneNote. If this video helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more quick software tutorials. Alright, let's jump in. First, open OneNote and go to the page where you want to place your file. Make sure you're on the exact notebook and section you want, because once the printout is inserted, you'll be working directly on that page. Next, click right on the spot where you want the file to appear. OneNote will place the printout based on where your cursor is, so choosing the right spot first makes the page easier to organize. Now go to the Insert tab at the top of the window. This is where OneNote keeps all the options for adding content to your notes. From there, click File Printout. In some versions of OneNote, this button may simply be labeled Printout, but it works the same way. When you click it, OneNote will open a file browser so you can choose the document you want to insert, browse through your files, and select the document you want to bring into OneNote. This can be a PDF, a Word document, or another supported file type. Once you've selected it, click Insert. OneNote will place the file onto the page as a printout, which means the contents appear as an image-like object that you can view and annotate. If your document has more than one page, OneNote may insert each page separately. In that case, you'll want to make sure every page is set up correctly if you plan to write on it. This next step is very important because it allows you to draw and type directly over the printout without accidentally moving it around. Right-click anywhere on the newly inserted printout page. A drop-down menu will appear. From that menu, choose Set Picture as background. This locks the printout in place, so it becomes much easier to annotate. If your document has multiple pages, you'll need to do this for each page or select all of them first if your version of OneNote allows it. Once it's set as the background, the printout will stay put while you work on top of it. Now let's talk about how to write or highlight on the document. Click the Draw tab in the top menu bar. This gives you access to OneNote's inking tools. From here, choose a pen, pencil, or highlighter tool depending on what you want to do. If you're reviewing a document, a highlighter is great for emphasizing key points. If you want to make handwritten notes, a pen or pencil is usually the better choice. After selecting your tool, choose your preferred color and line thickness. This helps you customize your markings so they're easy to see and organized by purpose. For example, you could use one color for corrections, another for questions, and another for key takeaways. Then simply draw or write directly on top of the locked printout image. Since the printout is set as the background, your handwriting will stay neatly on top of the document. If you prefer type notes instead of handwriting, OneNote makes that easy too. Go back to the Draw tab and select the Type tool, which looks like the mouse arrow with an A icon. Once the tool is selected, double-click anywhere on top of the printout image. OneNote will create a text container box, and you can start typing your notes right there on the page. This is especially useful if you want cleaner edits, project comments, or study notes without handwriting everything. You can move the text box, resize it, and place it exactly where you need it. That makes OneNote a really flexible option for working with documents, whether you're studying, planning, or reviewing paperwork. And that's it. You now know how to insert a file printout into OneNote, lock it as a background, and then write, highlight, or type directly on top of it. If this tutorial helped you out, please hit the like button. Subscribe for more OneNote tips, and let me know in the comments what software you want to learn next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.